fellow collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at Battle Changers Autobot Mirage from the Transformers Rise of the Beast line from Hasbro. As you can see, it is part of the Beast Alliance play pattern. Just says Battle Changers over here on the side. I'm just excited because this is my first Mirage figure in any form. I saw this today at Target and I decided to go for it. I really enjoyed the Battle Changers Rhinox, and so I'm going to kind of serve the same purpose here where this guy is going to kind of act as my Beast Alliance representation for Mirage and just kind of be my Mirage representation until I can eventually get the deluxe toy. But really nice artwork of Mirage up here on the card. Just showing you the robot mode and the vehicle mode here on this kind of cardboard flap, and you can see that the the car is just tied to the card here. You can even see the directions poking out there underneath. So not much to the packaging. But here is some product shots again of the robot mode and the vehicle mode. They both look pretty cool. So I'm excited to check this one out. I'm going to go ahead and get everything out of the packaging here, and we'll take a closer look. So here is Mirage in vehicle mode. Honestly, I think he looks pretty good. I like the little design of the Porsche. Rolls very well. Have some nice paint applications. A little bit of blue here on the hood. Most of the windows are painted this kind of dark gray, which I really like. Now, the back window isn't painted, but it's kind of because it's part of this hinge joint. I can understand that over time, being part of a moving piece might have caused that to flake off or something. So I can understand that a little bit. But you have some nice taillights painted here on the back. Just a little bit of robot kibble here underneath. But honestly, I like it. I think he looks pretty good. Rolls well. For some size comparisons, here is the Battle Changers Rhinox. You can see that they're pretty much the same size. I would say Mirage is a little bit longer. And honestly, here is Deluxe Class Wheeljack. And I would say they're about the same size in vehicle mode. So these two actually scale pretty well in vehicle mode, which is kind of hilarious. So a couple little size comparisons for you there in vehicle mode. But I like them. I think it looks pretty cool. Let's go ahead. Let's get into the transformation. So transformation is pretty cool and definitely more complex than you might think. We're going to start by coming to the bottom here, and we are going to pull the arms up. And they both connect to the bottom in different ways. So you can see that there's kind of this little hook here at the end of this hand. And that clips into this little tab slot right there. Whereas this one has a peg on the bottom, and that just pops into this little open area here on the bottom of the arm. So they definitely connect in different ways, and you'll see why in a moment. But we're going to bring these up, and then they are going to flip out to the side like so. And then you can just kind of straighten them out there on ball joints like that. Then we're going to come around to the back, and we'll grab a hold of kind of this spoiler section and this middle section here that's not painted orange. And we're going to just lift that back like so, and kind of flip that around. And then the head section is going to flip up and come up until it kind of logically meets. You can kind of see that there's this section here. You can see like right there and right there. And this just kind of folds up until it naturally meets that. And now it's kind of straight across. And the head sculpt, I think, looks really good. You have the light blue for the eyes. You have the darker blue for kind of like the brow. The nice gunmetal gray for the face. I think they actually did a pretty good job with that. So this is where it gets kind of interesting. So let me zoom out a little bit here so we can see what's going on. This is going to kind of slide down. You want to almost kind of, you can see this like, not quite diagonal, but curved seam there. You want to kind of pull the doors a little bit away so that can start to slide down. You can kind of see how there's like a little tab there on each side. And as you get to about here, you're actually going to kind of separate it again. And you can see that this kind of comes apart from here. And then while we have the clearance, this is where it gets kind of wonky, but you have to rotate this section 180 degrees. And it can get a little tight to do this. You want to kind of bring this down, but then you also have to kind of bring this section down and just find the best way. It's a little difficult to do. Honestly, for some reason, it's a little bit easier to do when you're transforming back. But there we go. Okay, so we got that rotated 180 degrees. Then you can go ahead and split this apart. You can already see the feet here. They're going to rotate around 180 degrees. So we will do that. And then you can kind of see this section here. It's a little difficult to see. But this is going to come up. You can kind of see here how there's kind of like a natural slot there. And that's going to come up and peg into this bottom section here. So this is going to come up and just line that up. And that'll fit there like that. And then let me zoom out. And now we can just kind of straighten everything out. So here are the arms. Straighten those out. Straighten out the legs. And then just kind of push this piece down as far as it'll go. But unfortunately, the doors are just going to jut straight out like this. If they could have just maybe put these on like a little hinge so that they could either fold in or fold out, I feel like either one would have been fine. It's not a big problem. They're not really in the way of anything. You don't really see them looking from the front. But, you know, they do just kind of hang out here on the back. But ultimately, I think he looks pretty cool. Like I said, I love that head sculpt. You have the nice orange paint here on the top. And then down here, you kind of have some nice metallic blue paint. And I think this is just molded in black plastic here. It's a little difficult to tell. There might be a little bit of kind of black paint on top of like dark gray plastic. And then you can see you have a little bit of paint here for the arms. Now, he's got really tiny little hands, unfortunately. So he can't hold like a Battle Master, which is kind of a bummer because I feel like to be part of the Beast Alliance play pattern, you kind of have to be able to hold a Battle Master, but he's still kind of neat. He does have a gun, however. So basically, you can kind of see the reason this arm is different from this arm is because almost the entire arm can rotate around 180 degrees. And then he's got like a blaster arm. Now, unfortunately, it is kind of hollow here underneath. I kind of wish that wasn't the case. But the blaster's not bad. So, it is what it is. But you can just flip that around 180. So, articulation-wise, head does not do anything. Of course, you have these ball joints here for the shoulder. Technically, you have a hinge here as well at the actual kind of chest part of the shoulder. So, if you wanted to utilize that with the ball joint, the arms are a solid piece on both sides with the exception of rotating the gun. You do kind of still have that waist swivel. You can't get much out of it because of this piece here on the back, but you have it a little bit. Ball joint here in the hip so you can kick really far forward, kick really far out to the side. Can't really go back because, again, you're hitting into this back piece here. And then technically you can utilize these as knees. You know, they're okay. Not too bad. Obviously, they're going to leave space when you start to use them as knees, but it is articulation that you can utilize. Unfortunately, nothing in the ankle or anything like that. But, I mean, for a $10 toy, I think he's pretty cool. I think it's a nice color scheme. Paint applications look pretty good. Really like the head sculpt. Transformation's fun. A little difficult just with that 180 twist here at the waist. But once you do it a couple times, you can kind of get the hang of it. And ultimately, I think he looks pretty good. And I wanted to just bring in a couple size comparisons. So here is Battle Changers Rhinox. You can see that they're pretty much exactly the same size. And they both kind of have like an automatic weapon hand. But Rhinox does have the regular fist that can utilize the Battle Master. Unfortunately, he doesn't. I kind of wish he had a regular fist over on this side. And then have this side become the gun. I'm fine with this side. But I would have liked a regular size fist here just so he could use Battle Masters. I think that would be fun. And then also for another little size comparison here. Here is the Battle Master Prime. The one that came with Chainsaw Kitty. I can't remember the name of that Battle Master right this moment. So I'm going to go with Chainsaw Kitty. But you can see that they actually scale pretty well together. Honestly, I don't think this is too bad. I mean, obviously Prime would be a little bigger than Mirage. And then here is the Battle Master Primal. I feel like that works pretty well. And then just for another little comparison here, this is the like Armor Primal. So they're kind of in scale as well. And then if you wanted just like a deluxe, here is Deluxe Class Nightbird. To me, the Beast Alliance are kind of all in scale with each other, and then you have your Deluxes and your Voyagers for kind of the main line. I kind of keep the main line stuff on one side, and then all the Beast Alliance stuff on the other side. So she kind of scales, but I feel like Prime would definitely be bigger than her, so that's why the Deluxe class doesn't work as well. But all the Beast Alliance stuff kind of works pretty well. So I like this. I think these guys scale pretty well together. I just really wish he had a hand that could utilize the Battle Master, because then it would really unify the play pattern. But, yeah, I think he's pretty cool. I actually like this little guy quite a bit. I mean, he's got good paint applications, decent articulation. He's got the gun arm. Head sculpt's good. Transformation's not too difficult, but kind of more than you would probably expect. Love the robot mode. Really love the vehicle mode. All in all, I just think he's a fun little guy. For $10, I definitely think he's worth it. Like I said, he's going to kind of go with my Beast Alliance stuff. You know, I don't know if they're eventually going to do a version of him with a Battle Master or with an armor piece or something like that. But until then, he's going to kind of be my placeholder. I just really wish he had a normal fist over here so that he could utilize a Battle Master. That's really my only complaint. Otherwise, he's pretty fun for a $10 toy. You know, kind of don't love all this on the back, but again, I can forgive it. Yeah, ultimately, I just think this guy's a lot of fun. Definitely recommend checking him out. I found him randomly at my Target today, so he should be kind of making the rounds. Definitely look for this little guy. And until I get, you know, a better version of Mirage, this is going to be my Beast Alliance Mirage. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.